Hey everyone, Justin Smither, scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama. Thank you guys so much for joining me on our YouTube page. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, hit the notification bell. Be notified when we drop content on our YouTube page. We're continuing to spotlight Crimson Tide's early enrollees in the 2022 recruiting class. Again, these are guys who are already enrolled at Alabama, currently taking classes. They are going to go through the full off-season program with the Crimson Tide football team. They will have an opportunity to participate in spring practice, spring training. Also have an opportunity to play in the Crimson Tide spring game A-Day, which will happen in April. Today we're going to take a look at Kendrick Law out of Captain Shreve High School in Shreveport, Louisiana. He's a four-star athlete, and he's listed as an athlete because he did a little bit of everything for Captain Shreve High School. Played wide receiver, played running back. He has a lot of speed. As Crimson Tide are adding a lot of speed to their roster in this 2022 recruiting class. This is another guy who has a track background, ran the 100-meter dash, has a PR of 10.48. So this is a guy who has a lot of speed, and that speed translates easily over to the football field. He actually ran sub 11 a couple of times during his track career. So this is a guy who has had consistent speed at Captain Shreve High School. We're going to take a look at his senior film, see what he was able to do in Shreveport, Louisiana as a wide receiver and as a running back. I think the Crimson Tide will play him at wide receiver. Of course, we have John Ivory, our producer, rolling the film. You can get everything rolling right now, John. We're going to see that Kendrick Law is going to catch the football in the back of the end zone, get 1 foot down. With high school rules, you're going to have to get 1 foot down, of course. See him playing running back on that next play. Wide receiver, catching the football in traffic, showing his ability to embrace contact. He's going to play running back on this next play for Captain Shreve. You're going to see him get to the edge and get into the end zone. Showing off his versatility early. See him playing a little bit of wide receiver. You see him playing a little bit of running back. And I really like him at running back. The way he hits the hole with a lot of speed. Gonna make a great move on the defender. But they put it in slow motion just so you can see it right there. We're going to see Kendrick Law. He's at wide receiver. He's out of the screen. He's at wide receiver. Catching the football in traffic. Showing off his strength. And once he gets into the open field, you're going to see some of that speed that he possesses. Going to be back at the running back position on this next play for Captain Shreve. He hit the hole with so much speed. Good stiff arm. I think he's going to stiff arm this next guy as well. We basically ran over that last guy. So he runs with physicality as well. He's a physical runner at that running back position. In my opinion, I think he's at his best when he has the football in his hands with his physical running style, his speed, his ability to break tackles, that stiff arm that he has. I think he's at his best when he has the football in his hands. But I really like this play. I don't know if you guys can see. I may need to duck my head. You see, he has a lot of awareness. That was an impressive catch. Remember that catch at the beginning of the video. John, can you go back to that last play right there? We'll pause it at the beginning of that last play where he's basically at the running back position. But we see a lot of different plays from Kendrick Law in this highlight film. But we also see his awareness come to the forefront a lot at the beginning of the film. We saw him be able to get 1 foot in bounds. We see him do it again right there, showing his awareness, showing that he knows where he's at on the football field. But I wanted to stop at the beginning of this play because I really like the way that he hit the hole with a lot of explosiveness, a lot of speed. I think he could be a running back with them already being at 5'11" and 195 pounds. But just taking a look at Alabama's roster, if I was maybe you would want to be a wide receiver because it may be really hard to get on the field at that running back position specifically on next season. But you can roll it now, John. I'm going to see Kendrick Law hit the hole with a lot of speed, get into the open field really quickly. Showing off that physicality. Quarterback rolling to the right here. Hitting Kendrick Law again. What a impressive. We might have to, I think that's the same play, but I think we saw it from a little bit of a different angle. That was NFL level. He got 2 feet in bounds. He dragged that back foot. Impressive play by Kendrick Law. Great awareness. I really like the awareness that this kid plays with. Knows where he is at on the football field. I think he's going to be the punt return on this next play here. Freezing defenders. He has some elusiveness as well. So we see these elusive, have some speed, physical runner. Like I said, I think he's at his best when he has the football in his hands. Getting the ball from the running back position on that last play. think we're going to see him. I think this is the play that we saw earlier, but he's going to get to the edge once again. A couple of these plays are repeated, but just taking a look at Kendrick Law's film, we know he has that speed with him, posting those impressive track times. Just taking a look at his film, he has a physical running style. He can be elusive. I think he's at his best when he just has the football in his hands. It's going to be interesting to see where the Crimson Tide will play him at. I think he's going to start off at the wide receiver position, at his position that they have reportedly liked him at the most, reportedly have him recruiting him to be possibly a slot wide receiver. He can catch the football in traffic, and he breaks contact as well. I think he has some great hands, great awareness, knows where he's at on the football field, can make those sideline catches. So there's a lot to like about Kendrick Law. I think the Crimson Tide, they needed an emergency running back in the future. I think Kendrick Law is going to be a guy who can shoot to the top of that list if they were ever in that situation again, in the situation they were in this past season, in terms of not having a lot of running back depth. Of course, they recruited the running back position really well during the 2022 recruiting cycle, and Jamario Miller and Emmanuel Henderson, trying to avoid that in the future. But if they did have to do that again, Kendrick Law will possibly be at the top of that list. But Law is the guy who we want to talk about today, currently standing at 5'11", weighing approximately 195 pounds. On campus, taking classes, will participate in spring practice. He's one of those early enrollees that you can watch out for out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on our YouTube page. I am Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama.